Hello, I'm Bridget Ashbourne, and today is Tuesday. So I'm going to show you a few correspondences and ways that you can tap into the energies available on every single Tuesday. So Tuesday is a masculine day. There's masculine and feminine in everything we do, and the planet associated with Tuesday is Mars. So in astrology, Mars is all about the divine masculine, that actionable energy. It's very good to sort of dream and have those intentions of what you want to do in your life, but without having those actions taking place, then we can't actually manifest. So we're working with the element of earth as well, which is associated with Tuesday. So I'm looking at using this rose quartz, and I'm just going to place this in the quadrant of the earth energy so we can really pull upon that today. Also associated with Tuesday and Mars, you'll start to see that everything's sort of intertwined with each other in nature. We are just one big huge tapestry. We are all one. So we're looking at the root chakra, or as I like to call them, the star centers, because I feel that this is the universe's sort of entrance points on the bodies, and the way that it works through us as us, and when we're in alignment we can really allow that magic to happen. So it's located at the base of the spine, and it's obviously near waste areas of the body so that you can excrete those waste areas. So this allows us to clear space in our body, connect to the earth, to Mother Gaia, or however you like to call the beautiful earth that we live on. And it allows us to connect on a physical level. So the root chakra, the earth element, the pentacles in tarot, everything is about earth. That's the physical, it's the manifestation, it is the grounding, it's the anchor point. So although we are all divine beings, we are physical and we're divine. So this is the start of your manifestation point. So we want to make sure that this area is balanced and clear. And we're also going to be working with Zeus. So Zeus is the ruler of Mars. He is as you can see here, he's got the world in his hands. He's got that electric energy, that confidence, and we've got this beautiful eagle on his shoulder here, which really is the all-seeing. So you can see he's sat up way up high on this mountain. Is almost gone through air element and is up in ether. So this is a real good depiction of how we connect below and above. So what I've done today is go out into Mother Nature, and I've collected some correspondences and just some nice little practices about to ground you into the energy. I personally like to work with the petals and working to create a nature mandala. So this is a beautiful way to connect with the energy of each of the plants and correspondences that you're using. It's a really mindful practice, and it allows us to really appreciate the time that we have with nature and how it can help us grow and evolve. And obviously, being the earth element, it allows us to understand exactly part of the world that we're a part of. So when you're sitting here and you're working with nature, you can obviously smell the flowers and the beautiful scents that come off of them. So that's also associated with the root chakra and Tuesdays as well, is the sense of smell. So there's nothing more grounding than going outside and literally smelling cut grass. And these are all beautiful things that you can do, whether you're walking around in nature barefoot or you're actually picking some flowers, because you take a look into a flower and you can really understand that they're not affected by anything or anyone. They don't have competition. They bloom when they're absolutely good and ready to. They don't wait and find out whether the flower next door started to bloom already. They just bloom because they want to, and they want to be a part of that, and they're a part of the cycle that happens around us and never stops. Everything is temporary, and that's what the flowers teach us. Now, each of the flowers are associated with different elements. I was desperately looking for some red today, and I could only find some little berries, and there was so few of them that I didn't feel that it was right to pick them. I do like to only pick flowers that are in abundance. Look at these beautiful daisies. I couldn't believe how long this stem was on these daisies. So going back to the root chakra as well, we've got the 4 petals here, and they each have petals, each of the chakras, and they all represent different things. So I'm using the daisies at the moment because they are the embodiment of joy. They're really good to use in spells to really pick you up. I mean, nothing's more cute than a daisy, right? So that's what we're using there to represent that area of that. Sorry, I'm getting so engrossed in actually doing this mandala. I lose myself, and that is the point. It is all about getting in that present moment, but trying to use things that have representation of what it is that you want to do. So again, we've got some lovely lavender here, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. But this, again, I'm using this for one of the other petals, which is for natural pleasure, because there is nothing more naturally beautiful and pleasurous than the smell of lavender and its calming effects on the body. And I'm just going to move this rose quartz here because I think that will work really well with this. So what we're doing is creating temporary art basically with nature, and we're looking at all the different meaning with things and pulling that all in together. So sometimes I like to just take off each of the little flowers, and really do take the time when you're looking at them as well to see how the petals form and how they work and how they open and how they smell, how they touch. You know, the way that we connect with things is through our senses. So onto the 3rd petal. It's the delight in controlling your passions. So this is where I picked the Buttercups, which I've already used a few there, because with the buttercup we pick it up and we place it under the chin, and we see whether you like butter or not if you've got the reflection upon your chin. So I thought that was a good way of sort of showing how we use nature and how we control something to find out how it reflects back at us as well. So that's the reason that I chose those in there today as well. I love these big daisies too. The small ones are just so cute, but the big ones are really, really powerful, I think. So then what we have is the 4th chakra. 4th petal on the chakra, which is for blissful concentration, and I was delighted to find some of this this beautiful mint. But this mint is actually, it's a lemon mint, so it's got that extra dimension to it as well. So I'll actually be using these in a spell for myself later on, so nothing goes to waste. And then once I've finished using them as well, they will go into the composter for my garden. So everything goes into that complete cycle, which is absolutely fabulous. I just want to get another one of those down there as well. And yes, with everything that we do, obviously, like I say, is about finding meaning and finding how everything relates and intertwines with everything else, so that we can really start to see our place within the world and feel like a part of something. So I've found this beautiful Again, it smells so pungent, and this is fennel, which is this is really good for digestion. So you can make a little tea out of this. If you've ever smelled aniseed, that's what this smells like. It's almost like it's like a, how do I explain it? You get those sweets, boiled sweets, and they're like that, like cough candy. Yeah, that's it. It's like cough candy. So I thought that this would be a really good representation as well for using with the excretion, because this has a medicinal property to it as well. It's really good for use on the stomach and for your digestion. So you'll find with a lot of correspondences that they actually have uses that are medicinal as well. Always check up everything, make sure that you're not eating or ingesting anything, but you can, like I say, you can evoke these powers anyway, just by utilizing them in a spell, or by working with them like we are today. So obviously usually I do this with some silence, so I'm just going to stop for a moment. Well, I'll explain the rest of the magical correspondences that I'm going to use, and then I'm just going to work with those for a moment so that you can just breathe it all in. So I'm working with some grass seed as well, because this really grows abundantly. So I want to use that confidence so that we can really see how we can sow those seeds and really make our dreams come true. And this beautiful flower, I don't actually know what it is. But I just found it was so gorgeous. So I just wanted to use this to add the vibrance in as well. And I've got a few more daisies to use here. So I'm just gonna use a bit of silence for a moment as I do this. I'm just going to put a little bunch here as a little offering for Zeus himself. So you can do this in any way. You can already tell the tone of my voice has just dropped. Just sitting here for a moment and just breathing in all of the energies, understanding that you need to make that space, that you need to allow yourself to sit for a moment, take in the detail of every single petal, every single rose. Every one has a different texture, smell, I'm sure everyone has a different taste as well, although not all are edible. Again, it's really easy to look up online to see all the different uses, and if you're unsure, you can just use them in some spell work, heat them in some water, or just float them in some water, or simply just do this. Just bring yourself to that present moment. And then what I want you to do is just sit down, breathe in through your nose, hold that for as long as comfortable, let it out without knocking all the petals everywhere, obviously, and then just draw your hands to your heart for a second, so that you can just thank yourself for having the time to do this little mindful practice. By doing this, it's allowed you to come to a centered place, to really understand that you can manifest anything that you want to, but what you need to do is to take that time for yourself, to get that grounding, to get that energy working for you, and then you can then pull that power of that earth element and really turn that into something physical. So thank you very much for your time today. I really hope that you have enjoyed learning a little bit about the correspondences to do with the days of the week, and I will be doing the other days of the week as well, so watch out for them too. So have a beautiful day or evening, and have a magical week.